So, there's some pretty wild rumors swirling around Apple right now, and we're hearing they're about to do something they have never done before. The leaks are pointing to a brand new ultra premium category of devices with 4 all-new Ultra products that could all be dropping later this year.
All right, so this just begs the question, right? What does Ultra even mean for Apple? Is it just a fancy new name for their most expensive stuff, or is there something bigger going on here? What does this new branding strategy really mean for their product line and, for us? Let's really dig into this.
Okay, so the main idea, the big picture, is that Apple is literally building a whole new tier of products. And get this, the leaks are saying this isn't about getting rid of the Pro models. Nope. This is a totally separate, even more premium line above them. We're talking about 4 completely distinct devices, and each one seems designed to just push the limits of what's possible.
All right, let's kick things off with the one a lot of people have been dreaming about, the MacBook Ultra. And the key thing to understand here is that this isn't just, the next MacBook Pro. It's supposedly a completely new, redesigned model that's going to sit on top of the current Pro lineup.
And wow, what a redesign it's supposed to be. First off, they're talking thinner and lighter. And if you've ever lugged around the current 16-inch model, which is like 4.7 pounds, you know that's a big deal. But here are the 2 absolute game changers. First, the feature we've been hearing about for years, a touchscreen. And apparently macOS is getting a redesign to actually work with it. And 2, say goodbye to the notch because it's finally getting replaced by the dynamic island.
Yes. Now, the tech making that new screen possible is actually pretty cool. It's something called tandem OLED. Basically, and this is the simple version, they're stacking 2 OLED panels right on top of each other. It's this really clever bit of engineering that unlocks some seriously incredible performance. So what does that actually mean for you when you're using it? Well, for starters, you get that insane 1600 nit brightness you see on their super expensive Pro Display XDR, but you also get those perfect, deep blacks that only OLED can deliver. That means no more of that annoying halo effect around bright objects. Plus, it's supposed to be better against burn-in, and it should make the 120Hz Pro Motion display feel even more buttery smooth. Of course, you knew this was coming. All this amazing new tech isn't going to be cheap. The rumored starting price for this MacBook Ultra is, wait for it, $3,000. A cool $3,000. Yeah, that definitely puts it in a league of its own, way above the current MacBook Pro line. Okay, moving on to the next Ultra device, and this one really shows Apple's getting ambitious with new shapes and sizes. We're talking about the iPhone Ultra. This is it. This is their big, long-awaited jump into the world of foldable phones, and from the looks of it, they're not just copying everyone else. The dummy models we've seen so far suggest it's going to be a bit wider, so when it's all folded up, you've got this handy 5.3-inch screen on the outside. But then you open it up, and boom, a massive 7.7-inch screen on the inside. And that wide shape means it'll be perfect for watching movies and stuff, without those giant black bars.
So what's under the hood? Well, we're hearing it's going to have a titanium body and the brand new 2nm A20 Pro chip. That basically means it's going to be crazy powerful and super efficient. The big goal, the holy grail for foldables, is a display with absolutely no crease. But sources are saying that's a huge manufacturing headache for them. And this is interesting. It looks like there might be some trade-offs. It's looking like Touch ID is making a comeback instead of Face ID, and get this, no MagSafe charging. So, what's this going to cost you? Apple's very first foldable phone. The rumors are all pointing to a starting price of at least $2,000. Yeah, that puts it right up there in that ultra premium space, competing with the most expensive foldables already out there. All right, our third Ultra device is where things start to feel like they're straight out of a sci-fi movie. These AirPods Ultra, they're not just another pair of fancy earbuds. The rumor is they're going to be Apple's first real, honest-to-goodness AI wearable. And this is where you can start to see Apple's long game, their master plan. So supposedly they're going to be tiny little infrared cameras on these things that can actually see what's around you. That hardware then hooks into Apple's new AI software, Apple Intelligence, to give you answers and info about what you're looking at. But here's the kicker. This whole thing is probably just a test run. They're likely using it to perfect the AI that will one day power the Apple glasses we've all been waiting for.
So the idea is that these will be sold right alongside the next AirPods Pro, creating that brand new top tier. And for this AI-powered experience, you're looking at a price of around $349. That's a full $100 more than the current Pros.
And last but not least, we've got an update to the product that kicked off this whole Ultra thing in the first place, the Apple Watch Ultra 4. Now, this isn't a totally new product, but more of an evolution, taking what's already there and pushing its performance even further into the stratosphere.
The upgrades seem to be focusing on 4 main things. We're expecting better health sensors for more accurate data, which is always good. Some changes to the outside, maybe, just maybe, that magnetic band system we've heard whispers about. They might be adding Touch ID for extra security, and of course, a new, more efficient S12 chip to run the whole show.
Now, when it comes to price, this is the one Ultra device that's probably not going to shock you. Unlike all the others, the leaks suggest this one is going to stay right where it is, at that $800 price point, which really cements its place as the undisputed king of the Apple Watch lineup. Okay, so let's step back and look at the big picture here. When you put these 4 devices together, a really clear strategy starts to take shape. It's pretty obvious that Ultra is Apple's new playground for their most ambitious, and yeah, their most expensive, tech. This chart really lays it all out, doesn't it? I mean, a $3,000 MacBook with a touchscreen, a $2,000 foldable iPhone, $350 AirPods with AI cameras, and an $800 beast of a watch. You can totally see the pattern here. Each one brings some kind of breakthrough feature to the table, but it comes with a major price jump, creating this whole new tier that's way, way above the pro stuff we're used to. And that all leads us to the big, final question. Is this whole strategy of creating this super exclusive, super expensive Ultra tier, is that the future for Apple? Or are they finally taking a step too far, a step that might just price out even their most diehard fans? I guess we'll find out later this year.